Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we have a special recipe. It is my mother-in-law's recipe, sweet orange rice, also known as Zarda in South Asian countries. This is a rice dish made with orange food coloring, but my mother-in-law makes it with original oranges. Before we start this sweet recipe, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing because we post new recipes every week. So click that bell icon to stay tuned. Let's get started. For this recipe, we will need 4 cups of cooked rice. You can use any rice of your choice. I'm using basmati rice, and make sure the rice is properly cooked and all the water is drained. Next, we will need some nuts. I'm using cashews and pistachios. You can use any nuts of your choice in any quantity. For the recipe's name, we will use a little bit of orange food coloring, but it's totally optional. Here I have taken 1.5 cups of orange pulp. This is basically the inner part of orange fruits. So I'll show you how you can take this. Take one piece of orange slice, pinch the middle part to open it, and carefully with your finger pull the side layer. That way you'll be only have the orange pulp in your hand. Don't worry if little bit of pulp is left in the orange layer, because we are basically going to squish all of this and take out the juice from it. So I have taken half cup of juice from all the peels, and we're going to use it in the recipe as well. In a pan over medium flames, heat up 2/3 cups of clarified butter, also known as ghee. This recipe requires a lot of fat, so don't be frightened. Add 4 to 5 pieces of cinnamon and fry until fragrant. We are using raw nuts, so we will fry the nuts. But if you're using the roasted nuts, you can skip this part and just add them in the recipe directly. Stir and fry them until they're roasted. In a large pan over medium flame, drain the oil from the nuts. This is the oil we're going to use for cooking. Add in the boiled rice. Add 2 cups of sugar. Again, this is our personal preference. If you prefer less or more, do adjust the amount of sugar according to your preference. Mix the rice with the sugar properly. Add in the orange food coloring and try to mix it with the rice as much as you can, roughly. But don't worry, because the rice will release some water and it will mix automatically. Add 6 to 8 pieces of cardamom. The reason we didn't roast the cardamom because it bursts up when you try to fry them, so we add the cardamoms in the cooking process. As you can see, the rice is starting to release water, so it's very important that you drain the rice beforehand. Add in the fried nuts with the leftover oils. Mix the nuts with the rice, and there is a plenty of water already, because once the rice and sugar is mixed, the sugar helps the rice to release that water. So we will add our half cup of orange juice right now, so all the liquid will evaporate at the same time and leave the flavor behind. As this is a dessert recipe, we are going to use a lot of sweet component. One of them is 1/4 cup of preserved fruits, also known as Murabba. This is the squash that is sweetly preserved. We use that often in our recipe. And also we are going to use 15 to 16 pieces of raisins. Let's add the raisin and mix it with the rice. The rice already smells so good. I wish you could smell it. Now we are going to add the preserved fruit pieces and mix it with the rice. After frying the fruit preserved for 2 to 3 minutes, add in the orange pulps. We add the orange pulps at almost the end of the recipe because we want to keep the orange pulps whole, yet we want it to caramelize the rice. So make sure you don't use the orange pulps at the beginning of the recipe, or else it will become mushy and it will taste weird. So all the water has already evaporated and the rice is starting to come around with all the caramelization from all the sweet components. So we're almost done. We'll just cover the dish for 10 minutes and cook it, and then we're ready to serve it. So this is what the end result looks like. The rice is beautifully caramelized, sticky, yet each grain is individual, and there's this beautiful aroma coming from this dish. This recipe is very famous in South Asian countries, especially in marriage, birthday parties, or if you have any special guest at your homes. Some people garnish it with small sweets, but we prefer it like this because it's already a sweet dish and we don't want to overdo it. So if you like my mother-in-law's sweet orange rice, also known as Zarda recipe, please give it a thumbs up, share with your family and friends, and subscribe to our channel to stay tuned for more recipes. The full written detail is available in our Facebook page and Instagram, which I will link in the description box below. So check it out. See you next week. Stay safe.